Welcome to the Manhattan Holistic Chamber of Commerce.
Hello, welcome to the Manhattan Holistic Chamber of Commerce. I'm Michele, Risa, President. We have a wonderful show for you tonight in that we're going to offer you incredible holistic tips that we feel you can use every day to address a variety of conditions that will help you. So we'll get started. I want to first introduce you to my guest. That's fine. Karissa, welcome. She's my vice president, the best vice president on the planet. And we create magic together at our meetings, which in fact meet monthly. So thank you for being here. So I'll quickly tell everyone about who we each are. I'm a mindfulness expert working with CEOs privately. Mindfulness is all the rage, thank goodness, as a result of the popularity of yoga. So I'm glad more and more people have been exposed to it, because truly the ability to master the mind and not react to all of life's stimuli and challenges is truly, in my opinion, the definition of freedom. Just to also let you know, I'm an author and a speaker and have done corporate programs like with the New York Stock Exchange. And so we're bringing some of my information to you tonight so that you can benefit. And please tell us about how wonderful you are.
Thank you, Michele. So I'm Karissa. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and certified online counselor. So I generally see people using phone, video, and instant messaging to reach people in their homes.
Thank you. So why don't we tell people how they can call in, all right?
Absolutely. So on Twitter, we have a Twitter handle. We have a hashtag and a Twitter handle. Both are holistic help, the number 4, and the letter U. And we also have an email address, holistichelp, the number 4, the letter U, at yahoo.com. And so if there's a way that you have been able to use any of the tips that we bring to the show, then we'd love to hear how you're able to bring them into your life and benefit.
And we can tell them now. And if you actually email us and tell us how you have benefited from our tips, we will welcome you to our meeting and for free, and dinner is served as well. So you get both benefits. Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're just about ready to launch into our wonderful free no-cost tips. So I think we'll talk about losing weight.
Sure.
We're about to start into the holiday season, and many of us overindulge, so maybe we can offer some tips to help people. So first, I'm going to start with why not eating late, and I know that might be a problem for a lot of people. But I really feel that if we stop eating at around 7, and maybe no later than 8, I'll press it because it's holiday time, we can have more of a chance to burn off the calories, yes, as opposed to eating really, really late. And then everything pretty much turns into, yes, fat. So the benefit to not eating late, or again trying to make at least 8 o'clock, that little alarm clock that goes off, it also enables you to eat the most important meal of the day, which is breakfast. So, right. So if you don't eat that late when you awake the next day, excuse me, you're more likely to enjoy or want a breakfast. And I can talk more about a healthy breakfast, but I want to hear what tips you have for weight loss.
Absolutely. So in addition to focusing on breakfast or dinner, we also want to have healthy snacks. And so if we can take one day, maybe on the weekend, and plan and actually prepare a few healthy snacks, maybe dried fruit, some cut vegetables, some nuts, And then during the week, it doesn't matter if you're in a rush, you can just grab one from the cupboard or the fridge, and you don't have to worry about that middle of the day hunger where you might stop at fast food or just pick up a bag of chips or something.
Okay. And so I'll go back to the breakfast. I have found that when I have protein, which as we know, it takes our bodies take the longest time to digest protein, so we feel full the longest. So I always have some source of protein for breakfast. For me, it happens to be eggs, okay? But any source of protein is fine. And equally important for me is to make it really colorful. So I always buy tricolored carrots. So I have yellow and purple and orange on my plate. I add tomatoes, sometimes green, sometimes orange, and even avocado. Studies show that yes, it's a fat, but it's the good fat that we really need to keep us going. So just want to put in a plug for vegetables.
And I can totally vouch for Michele, because when we have breakfast together, we have beautiful breakfasts.
We do.
Which, speaking of sleeping over, I believe our second tip is about better sleep.
Right.
So actually, something that I offer my clients is using brainwave entrainment, which actually is music that can change the state of your brain. And so if you're listening to music at like a 4 hertz level at a frequency, then that's a delta, and delta tends to be our sleep. So it encourages your mind to be in a sleep state.
Wonderful. And my tip would be for everyone to, and I know you've heard this, turn off your phones and computers. It literally emits energy that undermines your melatonin, which is what we need to go to sleep. So as much as we want to be up to the minute, if you really want to be at optimal performance during your day, you really need sleep. And as I often say to my clients, as much as we want to go 24/7, we actually have a term for lack of sleep, especially when you're in prison. And that term is, would you be guessing? My mind just, so it's torture. Torture is what happens when you don't get sleep. And so our performance absolutely suffers. So see what you can do. Research says, I know different hours for all of us may vary, but ideally 7 or 8. And again, it's a change that we all may need to make in order to get that amount of sleep. But know that in the long run, during your day, you will actually be at peak performance. Okay.
Great.
Thank you. So I think we're ready to go to about preventing illness. What have you got for us for preventing illness?
Well, something that I've noticed when I was working full-time was how people will push themselves to be at work even when they're not feeling well. And it's kind of like a badge of honor. Like, even though I'm not feeling well, I'm still here. And really, that doesn't give your body a chance to heal. And it also puts the rest of your coworkers at risk. And so presenteeism is the idea of actually going to work when you're not feeling well and jeopardizing not only your health, but the health of your peers. And so I'm encouraging you, I know finances are difficult as the holidays are coming up, but like we were saying, if you sleep well, if you take care of your body, you are performing at peak performance. And that's important.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to add to actually reduce the likelihood of getting ill is to reduce stress. Stress is a major cause of compromising our whole immune system. So when we are in a lot of stress, we actually are increasing the amount of inflammation in our body. And when it's chronic, when it's sustained over a period of time, research again shows that it can increase stroke and heart attack, right? So at the flu and cold isn't pleasant. So short term, when you see that happening, again, look to increase your sleep, look to reduce your stress, but being mindful of your level of stress throughout your day. And I'm terrible myself. I'm getting better though. That's all we can ask for, yes? to be mindful when we see that there's a lot of stress in our life, to say, oop, as I just said to you earlier, I know I need to do something to reduce it. And that's all that's required, just greater consciousness around it. All right, what else have we got for us?
Other than preventing illness, well, reducing stress. If we can look at the different obligations that we have on our plate, different priorities that we have, then we can kind of take inventory and decide, am I maybe agreeing to too many things? Or am I putting my energy into things that will really fulfill me at the end of the day? And so for reducing stress, making sure that how we are spending our little tiny bit of precious energy can help you show up. And something that we actually give at our monthly meetings for the Manhattan Holistic Chamber is a gift. And these gifts have quotes where we don't just want people to read them, but actually to live them. And so with reducing stress by being mindful and being aware of what we're agreeing to, then we can choose and be able to show up.
And to say no, yeah? Sometimes to say no. Or, not now, can we do it later? That's another one, right?
Yeah.
It's not always yes or no. So in addition to sometimes needing to say no, also just saying, can we do this another time?
Or let me look at my calendar.
Big difference. So what I'd like to do in the interest of stress is for us to do an exercise. Is that okay with you? So what we're going to do then is just placing your right hand inside your left and your left thumb down, and so your right thumb is over it. So right thumb in, right, bring your left thumb into your palm, and then your right thumb over your left thumb. There you go. And just hold that across from your heart. There you go. So what we're going to do is a simple, and I'll guide you. Inhale nose, and then exhale through your nose. Then in and out through your mouth. Then I'll take you through in nose, out mouth, out nose. And I know that sounds confusing, but once we get into the pattern, it really becomes easy. And as my clients say, it really helps you focus on the breath so that your mind doesn't wander. So that's one of the benefits to this one. And it's simple, right? Just sitting in a chair. So let's do this for maybe at least a minute, if that's okay. So inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. And you're inhaling peace and rejuvenation. Inhale mouth. And exhale mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Inhale mouth. And exhale nose. Again, inhale nose. And exhale nose. Inhale mouth. And exhale mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. You're doing great. Inhale mouth. And exhale nose. See if you can make each part longer and deeper and more rejuvenating. Please inhale nose. And exhale nose. This is our last sequence. Inhale mouth. Exhale mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Inhale mouth. And exhale nose. Just sit for a moment. Enjoy this sense of stillness. And bring your hands down. Thank you. Thank you. How do you feel?
Grounded.
Grounded is good.
Mm-hmm.
I should be doing that more often through my day. We teach what we need to learn. How perfect life is. How perfect. I need to do more of that. Yes, I do meditation morning, evening. And yes, I need to punctuate my day with that. So I think we're ready to move on to our next tip, yes, which is actually better relationships. We all certainly know how important all our relationships are in our life. So we thought we'd spend some time with that. So what have you got for us in terms of better relationships?
Well, in terms of relationships, I'm focusing on listening. And so in terms of listening, when you're speaking with someone, whether it's your partner, a friend, a colleague, after they complete their last statement, just give them 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. Maybe they were just pausing and they actually aren't finished. Or you have been thinking about what you want to say, and so as soon as they stop, you kind of just want to say something. And so by giving them 5 seconds, you're giving yourself a few seconds to really consciously respond, and you're also giving them a few seconds to complete their thought if they hadn't.
Mm-hmm. Because I really feel that the greatest gift we can give anyone in our life is the gift of being heard, right? I mean, we are a society of talk shows and talking over each other. And it's not, we appear not to be advocating listening, right? We want to get our point across. And it's really just a joy. And all I can say is try it. Just show up and actually listen to whoever is speaking to you. And maybe even offer what we call reflective listening, yes? Which is to say, here's what I believe I just heard you say, or here's how I understand you to feel.
Mm-hmm. And it gives the other person a chance to correct you if they feel that you're a little bit off target, or to feel validated that they've been heard.
Right. And how wonderful to know that I misunderstood something that you said, and maybe I made a wrong assumption about whatever you just told me or was feeling, and now from you directly I get to have that corrected, and so we can proceed in a far more meaningful and honest way in supporting each other. We do that a lot. We do that a lot. Yeah, we do. We really do. We understand, you know, if I'm off saying something and Karissa needs me to hear a feeling, she'll say, okay, here's what I'm feeling, and I'll say, didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know. What can we do differently? So if in fact she was uncomfortable, what do we need to do differently for you to feel more comfortable about what we're doing?
Right.
Easy, right? I love her. Easy.
Love you too.
Easy. All right.
So better relationships.
Better relationships. And better problem solving, I think, is next. What have you got for us in problem solving?
With problem solving, I find it to be effective if you can really identify what the issue is. And so instead of saying, I'm feeling bad, or I have money troubles, maybe you're feeling lonely. And so if you're feeling lonely, there might be something you can do to feel more connected. Or if you feel like you have money troubles, it might be identifying exactly what type of money troubles you're having. Maybe you're having trouble paying the minimum balance on your most recent credit card payment. That's a type of obstacle that we can come up with a solution for. But the idea of having money troubles is very vague. And so it can almost overwhelm us and make us feel like we have a looming cloud.
And I'll take a different perspective on problem solving, which is a different issue. So we're at work solving a problem, and what often happens is we get distracted, and science shows us that the moment we lift out of that problem solving focus and we turn to something else, and then we go back to where we were, our brain requires almost like, okay, let me drill down to where I was before. And so you spend more time getting back to where you were. And you actually are less productive, therefore, when you allow distractions to take you off track. So if you want to be a better problem solver, stay focused, drill down, and then once you've completed that, move on to something else. So as much as we all love to multitask, I'd be saying, please consider trying that and see what happens. All right, so we'd love to have you come. We offer lots of tips, both professional and personal tips at the Manhattan Holistic Chamber of Commerce. And so what we thought we'd share with you are some of the benefits to becoming a member. We have a variety of holistic members, and from chiropractors to acupuncturists to coaches to Karissa, who are psychotherapists. The range is quite broad, but we thought we'd show you a quick video, and we'll see you on the other end. Hi. We received so many requests to hear about all the benefits to membership of the Manhattan Holistic Chamber of Commerce.
So here's a summary.
Number 1, when you become a Manhattan chapter member, you're automatically a member of our National Holistic Chamber of Commerce, where there are nearly 60 chapters nationwide and in Canada.
2, you're listed in our national member directory.
3, you can post your events in our event calendar.
4, be interviewed on radio. What is your holistic lifestyle?
5, enjoy discounts in our professional liability insurance.
6, receive discounts on business-related products and services, such as Constant Contact and Mind-Body software.
7, promote your business through National's Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter page.
And when you become a member of our Manhattan chapter, you...
8, join our TV show panel, and then you can post it on your website, YouTube, or social media pages.
9, increase your exposure on our social media pages.
10, get the word out in our dedicated member event mailing.
11, reap the rewards at our meetings resource exchange, including our member spotlight, which spotlights you and at our meeting and is streamed on Facebook Live.
12, in our raving fan club, which helps you acquire testimonials for your business.
13, in our Power Partners, which enables you to create partnerships, generate referrals, and get marketing help.
14, explore travels, whether going to India as we did last year or closer to home.
15, and join a supportive, conscious community that offers you lasting, like-hearted interconnections to grow your business while creating healthier people and healthier businesses on a healthier planet.
And Sweet 16, join for just $16 a month or $177 per year with a one-time processing fee of $35.
Here's what people are saying. Quote, very transforming. I'm so glad I came. It definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone.
And we heard, quote, I'm inspired by the people, the presentations, the warmth, the sense of community, and only amazing things are happening.
So come help us create a dream community you and I have been looking for.
We were never meant to go it alone, and it's definitely a lot easier together.
If ready, go to www.holisticchamberofcommerce.com/CL special and save the $35 processing fee.
Or come and check us out, attend a few meetings, experience our renewed commitment to each other, our businesses, our being visionaries that shift hearts and the world.
See you soon.
I love that video.
Me too. So yes, we welcome you to come, check us out, and experience us. And if you use any of our tips, again, go to Holistic Health for Help 4U, again the number 4 and the letter U at yahoo.com, and we'll be happy to give you a free ticket for you to come by and be with us. Since we know this is going to be after the election, we wanted to end with politics. Yes, we know that's politically incorrect, but that's why we're going to do it. And what we want to really say is, how can we now truly understand that we are all one? That we create this world together. And I would just give an idea to everyone who says what the government is not doing or what different people are not doing, and I would say, consider, instead of identifying what's not being done, find what you're passionate about and decide to do something. I find so often when I'm speaking with people, the solutions that we sometimes have are a lot more simple than when we try to do it. It requires a lot more. And I think in the doing together, all of a sudden the very differences become minimal, because we literally are working to do something together. So I'll just say as we close that if you feel you can't go there, that you're just too angry and you're just too upset, there again is science that says in those moments, just send love to your own heart. And when you can't forgive the unforgivable and you can't love the unlovable, by sending love to your own heart, forgiveness and loving will be done on your behalf. Our friend Matt Kahn, want to give him credit. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karissa.
Thank you, Michele.
And we hope to see you at one of our meetings very soon.
Absolutely.
Bye.
If you're ready to create a financially sustainable and rewarding practice while increasing satisfaction for both you and your clients, come to our next meeting and experience it firsthand. For details, go to holisticchamberofcommerce.com/ManhattanMT.